Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about Trump backing off some of his tariff promises, but increasing others. Again. So, as economic indicators flash everywhere that Trump is steering the country straight into a recession, he's starting to become even more erratic with his tariff promises. With consumer confidence dropping like a rock, the Nasdaq hitting correction and the market as a whole flirting with it, gold shooting up, the Fed doing everything but walking out screaming Trump's going to cause stagflation, and Trump's previous tariff moves triggering boycotts of U.S. products overseas, Trump appears, for the moment, to be backing down on one large promise, but adding others. On Tuesday, Trump said, quote, "I'll probably be more lenient than reciprocal, because if I was reciprocal, that would be very tough for people." Trump promised that on April 2nd, reciprocal tariffs would go into effect. Initially, it sounded like it would be across the board for every country in a pretty indiscriminate way. As days went by, the tone shifted, but that only added to the uncertainty. Markets hate uncertainty. Then on March 18th, U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent was being interviewed and said, quote, "What's going to happen on April 2nd? Each country will receive a number that we believe that represents their tariffs. So for some countries, it could be quite low. For some countries, it could be quite high." Not a lot of clarity there, at least not specifics. Then he said there was what they were calling the Dirty 15, and they would have, quote, "substantial tariffs." Most people assumed, based on looking at the data, that the Dirty 15 would be some of the largest trading partners the U.S. has. That made a lot of economists nervous. Now, Trump is saying he will give a lot of breaks and they won't really be reciprocal, and not all tariffs will be imposed on April 2nd. So, while his tone is that there will be less reciprocal tariffs, there's still a lot of uncertainty because he continues adding new ones. Trump announced a 25% tariff on foreign cars and foreign auto parts. It's expected to raise the cost of cars by thousands, and some cars by more than 10,000. But while economists try to figure out what Trump plans, they might be missing a golden moment to showcase something that they've been trying to explain to a lot of people for months. Tariffs are paid for by you, and Trump is kind of admitting that here. Here's that quote again. "I'll probably be more lenient than reciprocal, because if I was reciprocal, that would be very tough for people." Who would it be tough for? If, as he said, tariffs are paid by the exporting country, wouldn't the goal be for it to be very tough for them? That's the whole point of his stated trade policies, right? And why would he care? Trump isn't exactly known as a sympathetic or empathetic person. Why would he care, unless he's acknowledging that the tariffs would be very tough for the American people, who are going to have the cost passed on to them? Either way, it's Trump, so his current trade policy could change at any moment. And we'll find out for sure on the 2nd of April. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.